today.
Rogan by day, something by night. I'm just kidding. Welcome
to
the Manny and G Show. Blunt trauma between two Mannies. Hey, today's feature is Tripping Animals featuring Ever Haze, a nice Indian Pale Ale, Cashmere Citra, and Armorio hops. What's up, Manny?
What's up, G? How you doing?
What's going on, brother? Everything good?
Today's bud provided by Bleep, name unknown. Type of blood runs.
I haven't done this in a minute. It's been a little bit. We haven't seen
week.
each other. It's
We've
been a
seen
week. It's
that.
been a week, man. I feel like it's been a while.
I feel like now that time's trying to get back to normal a little bit, people are starting to think time's flying by. Because, like, now that we're just starting to come back to reality, like, people just starting to go back to work, my friends have been telling me, like, yo, where you been? Like, bro, I've been gone the same amount of time, I've been gone this whole entire time, this pandemic. I come, like, every other week. I visit my friends every other week. Like, I try to little pop in and pop out. But I went to my boy's house the other day, he's like, yo, where have you been? I was like, yo, it's literally been a week and a half since I saw you last. And I talked to you between that.
Because we're so used to seeing each other every other day now.
Well, not even, because, like, in quarantine, I was seeing them even less. So now that work's coming back to life, it's like, everybody just forgot about quarantine. Or not forgot about, like they're about to start forgetting it. And like, they're like, oh yeah, where you been? It's been so long. I usually come every day. I was like, nigga, quarantine's been like 2 months. I've been coming 2 months. In those 2 months, I came like 3 times. So like, it's just people going back to work. They're saying, oh, now I'm starting to see more faces. I haven't seen yours in a long time. It's like, it's because you're seeing so many faces in between my face that it feels like a long time.
It's only been a week though.
But it's only been a week, exactly.
Yeah, sure. But normally we were seeing each other a lot, you know?
I mean, we were seeing each other weekly.
Oh, but everybody else, yeah.
We were seeing each other weekly. And now you're seeing more people between me. So now it seems like there's more time between we see each other.
Probably, I don't know. Well, cheers to that motherfucker.
Cheers, motherfuckers. Nice to see you regardless of how often it is.
Good
That's
beer.
what I thought it'd be.
That was been out for a little bit. For 2 minutes.
Nah, that's 2 minutes.
Good stuff. It's like orange juice.
Looks like orange juice, but it tastes like orange juice. It lost its orangey flavor. It still has that tang in the back. A little bit
Yeah,
of tang.
I don't know. I just love the fruit part about it. It makes it like.
I used to like them when I first got introduced to the Blue Moon and the.
But this doesn't taste like Blue Moon.
No, it doesn't, but it reminds me of it a lot.
It looks like it.
A lot stronger.
But it ain't it.
It's a lot stronger. It tastes a lot less.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Because Blue Moon is more pungent.
Oh, so let's see. What should we get into? A fucking.
I wanted to establish what our thing is what I wanted to do today. Like in the beginning, like.
Yeah. What do you want to talk about? Tell me.
Like I wanted to have a basis for our thing. Like besides always talking about random stuff, this is what I want our show to be. Basically, like Joe Rogan's thing. No editing. It's just on the top of your dome. But I also want to have backup so this doesn't get boring. We're not boring, but like it doesn't have pause moments in between that we don't have to worry about editing. Hey, we're on a podcast. That was my daughter beatboxing. She's trying all the time. Every day she practices. But yeah, like I want to like pretty much set a standard of our show, kind of, I guess. Like set something that people can constantly frequent, be like, okay, I recognize this. And they have like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like segments in a sense.
Yeah, I'm down with the segments. I'm down to have like certain topics to talk about. I also don't want to be like constrained to certain things that we have to do. Like, oh, this is a rule. This is let's like natural conversation, natural flow, natural everything. Imagine this is our shit. This is what we're doing. We make the rules. Like
Exactly.
we can do whatever the fuck we want. I can yell. I can fucking take off my shirt right now. I don't give a fuck, and hopefully get paid off of it eventually.
Exactly. So I wanted to have the same concept of the freedom of speech type of thing. So basically, like I want us to be free-doming the entire thing the entire time. But when we have, like the reason why I told you I wanted a list, not to have a whole thing to talk about, not like a whole description, not like a whole who, what, why, and where type shit, but just write a single word as a topic, so like football or dolphins or this or that, like a little list of each.
You know what? Maybe we should have a piece of paper here and
no, that's what I'm saying. Like, we can write it now as it is.
Write it now as it is. Yeah.
I want to come to the show with it. Like I want like you have your own homework. Like it's almost like homework. You have your own topics you want to reach over.
Yeah.
And so either way, it's all off the dome, no matter what. But as soon as you start seeing a quiet moment, you look down your paper and pick one word. And okay, I know what I want to talk about this. And then bring that up, and we'll talk about that.
That's right. So we
and
have
then,
like let's say five segments, like you said, five topics.
No, so they're not there for us to touch them. We don't have to touch them at all. If we can go the whole hour or 2 hours without ever touching that notepad, better.
Yeah.
But if we ever get to a moment like we get quiet, look at the paper real quick so that we don't have anything
we have
more
this
than
to talk about.
That's what I want it for. Not to be focused on, like you said, the freedom up to speak or whatever you think of is for that. That's what the show's about. Speak freely of your mind, not pre-prepared, not pre-producing, like just everything is just there off the dome, off your mind, and we speak and we talk, and that's what it is. We're having conversations for real. Right. And what conversations do you have with friends that's always like pre-recorded, premeditated? None. Are your conversations with your friends are natural? Those are some of the best conversations you ever have in your life.
Damn
your
right.
friends. So that's what I want to keep the spirit of natural, of unrecorded, of unthought. It might be prepared because, if you do your homework in life, you know what I'm saying? If you research stuff in life, you'll have that conversation to talk about with your friends. So like I said, you research your own shit if you want to. You don't have to, but write shit down. Like, write a list of things that you would want to talk about or ask questions about, even if you know nothing about it. It would be a good idea to research shit you're going to ask about, so that way you know the answer before you ask it, so you know that's dumb. But that's not the goal here. The goal here is to learn as we speak. Like, if I don't know it, I want to ask these questions in order to learn it. So I'm going to ask these questions being a person who doesn't understand shit. Like, I want to ask things from an angle where I don't know things. And most of the times I don't know the things that I'm asking. And I just want to know because I like learning. I'm a student of learning. I love learning. I don't do it as often as I should, but I love learning. Every time I have a chance to, I really try to go and attack it. Like, I try to learn as much as possible in any situation.
Yeah.
So that's for me, is what the topic of this is. That's what this whole show is for. Just constantly ask questions to all our friends. Ask what their knowledge is, what they've learned. Because at the end of the day, no matter how much you learn, you will never learn as much as you could possibly learn if you're more than one person. You know what I'm saying? So like the same way it takes community to raise a child, it takes community to be smart. You know what I'm saying? To be intelligent, it takes little knowledge from everybody and everybody's perspective.
That's the case. Joe Rogan must be a fucking genius.
Oh yeah, of course.
That guy, I look at him like he's a fucking messiah of like ultimate wisdom, because he has to talk to so many people with brains and knowledge
and imagine talk show hosts that are older than
comedians
he is.
and all types of shit, huh?
Imagine talk show hosts that are older than he is, like that other guy, the white guy.
Oh my god, I didn't even think about it in that way.
You feel me? That's what I'm saying. Like
Jimmy Fallon, Conan.
Jimmy Fallon's whatever. He's newer,
but they talk to a lot of fucking people. But you know what? They talk. I feel like they talk to them in a small segment form. That it's like, how long do we see him? It's like 10 minutes.
To talk about,
Joe Rogan, that motherfucker talks to these motherfucking people for like 3 hours, bro. Like continuous. And they might be talking about like fucking ways of taking a shit or how to fucking kill an animal. Who knows? But
those kind of hosts,
they keep it going.
What they have to talk about, so they do segments because they have to show what they want to talk about to keep it like more focused.
See, do you want to be Hollywood?
That's why I want to keep a free mind, but have that in the background whenever
I'm here. I'm talking. We walking. We smoking.
Right now.
He choking. Let me get a paper and pad real quick so we can start writing some ideas real quick. But tune into now the Manny Show.
So what's going on in my life is I haven't been working for a good 2 months, but I've been playing a lot of Call of Duty. Got my player to level 100.
I'm just kidding. No, I'm just kidding.
I just finally got a ribbon. I'm about 3 left now. I have 2 left now. I got the chopper gunner.
You got the chopper gunner.
But now I still need the Hilo support and the Juggernaut.
Easy.
But I can get it now. They have a new game mode now.
Actually, the Hilo. What is that thing you're talking about? Drop zone. What is that?
It's basically just like what is it? Zone? The other one you play?
Warzone?
No, like the one when you go capture flags. Like flags with the other one when it moves constantly.
Hardpoint. There's hardpoint, and there's
just like hardpoint. But while you're in the hardpoint, loadouts start dropping as you're in the hardpoint. So it just keeps on dropping one as you're in the hardpoint. As long as you possess it, and if it's yours, you get points for it. If it's enemies, you can still steal it, but you won't get points for it.
Also, you put the perk point man on.
No, you put nothing on. It's just that's what the game is. The game just drops constant care packages. It's care packages all the time. As long as you're in the hardpoint,
so
you're in the hardpoint, care packages are dropping.
So the care package. Okay, so you don't even have to call in a Juggernaut. No, if you get the care package...
There's no kill streaks. You don't get no kill streaks. You just drop packages as you're sitting in there.
So that's how you're depending on getting the Hilo support system.
Yes.
And that's how you got the chopper gun.
Yes. My first thing was chopper gun.
Without killing anybody, just got a chopper gun. And the ribbon came in.
I don't have to kill nobody. The ribbon came in, yeah.
Yeah, but you know what? That's going to be probably harder on you in the long run because you only have 5 more days. How are you going to get the Juggernaut? You think that Juggernaut's going to... Oh, the Juggernaut drops?
Every game, people get Juggernaut. 3 times in the game.
The fuck?
So you can get as long... But the thing is, it's hard... It gets hard because the Juggernaut, I think the higher the kill streak for the thing is, I think the longer it takes to actually grab the kill streak.
Yeah.
So you're more while you're trying to grab it, you're more exposed to people killing you. So I need a partner to help me defend me while I'm trying to get the care package.
I got you tonight, man.
Exactly. I can do it myself really quick because I've gotten a few of them. But like I said, there's certain times when I could have gotten it and I know I was about to get it. And then I died at the end of it, somebody else got it, and it was a fucking Juggernaut. I was like, yo, I could have had it 3 times already. I could have had it 3 times.
You gotta make it clear to your teammates, I guess. Listen, guys.
But it doesn't
all I gotta do. No, but the Juggernaut comes in a certain box. It comes in yellow.
They're on the care package.
Okay. When you call it in the kill streak, it comes in a yellow box with green smoke.
It might. I don't know because I haven't seen the Juggernaut. I've seen it.
I seen it. But maybe it's different.
But it might come in automatically for that because just wait for one care package and wait for another one. That's fucked up.
Yeah, man. You gotta get that shit. You only got like 4 days, man.
I only got 2
Pressure's on.
What about you? Got 100 yet?
I got it all, yeah. Oh, I haven't got the 100 tier yet. No, I'm on 96.
But you have tier skips. Are you gonna use tier skips, or are you just gonna go?
I don't have tier skips yet.
Don't they offer you tier skips?
Let's see at the end. They haven't offered shit yet.
I've been having tier skips since.
No, I haven't got shit.
got
The free bundles?
I just got two today.
Nah, but I can work it. I know if I play tonight and I play hard, I'll get that.
You
shit.
get it for sure, but
Yeah.
you get it first now. You get it first. It's the ultimate test now.
I want to talk about this guy named George Floyd. You saw that shit?
It's fucked up. Fucked up. In every way possible. It's always fucked up. Cause you see the guys.
It pisses me off. I was like literally pissed off in the car ride.
He's just fucking sitting. I'm not even like holding him down.
No, and then people were like, "Yo, get the fuck off, bro! You're fucking look at the man. The guy's for God's sake, he's calling him out for his fucking mom. He's calling he's like mama.
Those people need to go to jail. Period.
And the guy that's like the Chinese dude that's standing in front of them, like that guy let that happen. Like, come on, bro. Like,
there's four of them. Those four cops.
Oh, there's four of them.
Those four cops on the guy and the one Chinese cop next to him. Those four guys kneeling on him. You didn't see. Those were the angles.
That's straight up murder in front of people's faces.
I saw 3 different angles from the same spot, and then I saw a fourth angle from another spot. Like behind him, we get all the cops. You only saw one cop on his neck. Those 3 cops on his back, on his legs, on his arms. Those 4 cops kneeling on him.
That's
4
fucking bullshit.
Plus the Chinese cop holding everybody off. But those 4 cops kneeling on the nigga. Like how it's fucked up. Yo, and not even resisting. Then I saw a video of today of him not resisting. Oh, this is the video of him resisting. Where's he resisting? When you're trying to help him up and he couldn't get up, and even then he was still getting up on his own. Like
4 guys, you already have him handcuffed. Like how?
like you're by yourself. What was the need to get him 4 people on him? What was that?
I don't know.
And I've been in that situation before. I've been in that situation where I'm held down. I've had neck.
I remember. I was telling my mother about it. I was like, I remember, man. He had his fucking face in the dirt.
I've been. Yeah, they put the nail and they slapped me with the ring on. They put the ring on, switched it backwards, and slapped me in the face, and they cut my face. And didn't do shit when I went to court.
Shit. You see, in those certain situations that you see that shit, it's like I would want to push the fucking cop out and be like, yo, what the fuck are you doing? Like as a human man. But then you're in that situation that I'm gonna have a fucking knee put on my neck. And it's like, damn, bro, like that's scary. Is it what? You know what? Maybe in the end run, you push that fucking guy, right? That you push that cop out the way. You saved that guy's life. Not only did you save that guy's life,
you get shot instantly. As soon as you cut the
you might go to jail for that time being.
Or you might get shot. It's not that you might go to jail. You might get shot and killed for trying to help that guy. That's what they're scared of.
Yeah, that's what sucks. But imagine if the media kind of plays that. Like, look at this guy. This guy that pushed the cop. The guy was fucking dying. But maybe it wouldn't be such a big deal if that guy didn't die. But
then he was still be dead. And now the guy trying to help you was dead now too. Now 2 people dead. Yeah. It's not that you don't want to. And I feel the same way. The first thing I thought to, but if I was there and had a weapon, I'd be airing the shit out. If I was stuck like that. All these niggas try to kill a nigga of mine, I'll be doing the same fucking thing. But nobody's gonna do that. And even if you are thug, I've seen thug people see their boys get arrested and dying and still not pulling them. And you know that one of them has a gun, most likely. But what's the point of that? Because you can't put your gun on and be like, oh, don't get off of him. No, they're gonna pull their guns out and shoot you back instantly. They're not gonna question you.
Yeah, they're not gonna
pull and shoot.
Out that bullshit.
It's not gonna be a Mexican standoff. Cops see you pull a gun, they pull and shoot instantly. There's no pull and see, hey, don't shoot me, I won't shoot you. No, they shoot instantly. So there's no.
I saw a video of, the people in Minneapolis. They were protesting, and a whole bunch of cops came outside, and they started throwing tear gas. But the press was out there too. The press doesn't do shit. The press is just out there to record everything. Literally, the fucking cops threw tear gas at the press, and the press people are like, "Hey, we're press." And then they're coming in there, not with weapons, but with like at least a large 2x4, hold it with each hand, and they're charging forward, like gonna push everybody inside. And then you see a guy with a camera holding it down, and the fucking cop shoves the shit out of that dude, bro, like to the point that he almost falls. And I'm like, dude, what the fuck is wrong with these cops? Like, why are they so aggressive? Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, why? I understand, like, people are protesting, and then it becomes a riot. And obviously we know how shit goes sometimes. People get killed. Some people act stupid. They're breaking car windows and shit like that. But at the same time, bro, like, come on, bro.
The thing is, I haven't been watching it like that. Like, I've after that happened, it pissed me off, and I just didn't follow it afterwards because then I feel like I'd get more pissed and not be able to do anything about it. So if I'm not doing anything about it, well, I get more involved. And like, as much as it pisses me off, I feel like I'm not gonna do anything about it. As much as I would like to, I'm like, what am I gonna do right here? What can I do right here?
Post it, I guess. Post it. Say something about it. Say, fuck that, man. That's fucking bullshit. I don't know.
Am I liking up my post, and then it becomes I'm an
Make
advocate.
sure
as well.
let it be known that it's not fucking okay, right?
It's not
That's
okay. It
just
never is.
not
It
okay.
never
You
is.
cannot be
Never is.
fucking doing that. We cannot let these fucking cops do that shit. And we cannot let innocent cops die off of stupid negligence of fucking criminals either.
The shitty acts of. I mean,
both sides,
the problem
but-
is that it's not just a shitty act of 4 people; it's a shitty act of a bunch of them that are doing it. And yes, the few don't represent the mass, but still, like at the end of the day, even the mass that don't do it, that don't partake in it, this is made up in a way where it doesn't work for them in the first place.
Yeah.
So even what they don't do intentionally is just what they're taught to do in the first place.
Can we
and
say-
if they don't realize it's racial at first, they don't realize it'll be racist at first until they go, what the fuck? It's a crooked fucking system. It's
I say, well, like,
the police force needs to be. It's over 100-year-old system. You know what I'm saying? When racism was still
people are
around.
going through it. I'm just saying, like, listen. Once you hog tie the person, that's it. Like that's when you can get up. You know, once you got him fucking, you know, handcuffed behind the back. Like, what more else can the guy fucking do? Really?
Just handcuff his feet.
That's it. He's handcuffed.
Handcuff his-
The guy's
handcuff
handcuffed. He
his-
doesn't have his arms. Like, fuck. Come on. You can trip him. You can push him. Like, he's down. Like, what's the point of fucking getting on top of him? And like being there on top of him, that knowing the guy can't breathe, yelling for help. Like, at what point you're like, okay, I shouldn't be doing this anymore, or there's just people that they know they can get away with it, or I don't understand. Like, is this guy gotta go to fucking jail? Is this guy gonna get picked up for murder? Because what I saw in was fucking murder.
You know what I'm saying? The fucking what bothers me as well is that like people could try to make the complaint. Oh, if he's speaking, he can breathe. But at the same time, you got to remember that you're stepping on his arteries as well. Like, if you're covering his jugulars, it doesn't matter if you can breathe or speak. If you're cutting his jugular, you're cutting out circulation to his head. So even though he's physically breathing, oxygen's not going to his brain. So even though you can physically see him breathing, you're cutting out circulation to his brain.
Yeah, you got a fucking 200-pound man on top of you, on top of your neck. Like, what the fuck do you expect?
Exactly. Like, if somebody tries to choke, if you ever been tried to choke like from your jugulars, you can still speak and talk, but you'll pass the fuck out right there and then.
Yeah.
So like, just because he can speak, just because he can breathe, doesn't mean he's not stepping on his neck enough. Doesn't mean he's okay. He's just lying. No, you're on his jugular. You're on his neck. You're on a very, very, very delicate, important part of your body that if you snap your neck, that's it. You're gone. You know, like, and the guy's sitting on him, hands in his pockets, like not carrying the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, with 3 other men on him as well, besides that.
Like, no support.
4
He
guys.
literally had his hands in his pocket, like, no support.
Not even on his feet.
Weight shifting to the car
he
or
wasn't
anything. His
he
hands was in his pockets, making sure that he was leaning on his fucking on his neck.
Yeah, and like, he wasn't even on his ball, on the balls of his feet. He was on, like, his feet were just there, like, on his tippy toes, like, not even standing on his
But
toes.
we don't know
He
if
was
that,
on the guy's
like,
neck.
again, we didn't get a good camera angle. Like, that guy was obviously on his neck, and the guy looked like his neck was broken to the end of it. Like, he looked like he was just laying there, like, it was.
Your body gives way. Once you die, your body gives way. That's it. The guy was still on him after he was dead. He was still on him. What's the, like, you see him dead, like, why are you still on him? Like, what do you start from being a zombie? Like, what is
You
that?
didn't see that he had a hat on, like the magma hat on, but it says
Yeah, I saw
something
that
different.
picture. Make America great
Make
again.
white people great again.
Oh, yeah,
Something like that.
Yeah, I didn't realize that. I just saw that. I'm actually thought back. I didn't realize it said make white. Damn, I didn't realize that.
Well, maybe who knows with nowadays with like Photoshop and shit like that. At the same time, you never know.
Yeah, it's just fucking crazy. It's intense.
It's fucked up. It's a fucked up world out there. I'll tell you that.
Extremely. Everywhere you look. You know what I'm saying? I experienced my whole life growing up. I used to walk to middle school and high school every morning. And every morning I used to walk down the back roads because it was one straight shot to my middle school and one straight shot to my high school, which is a fast way for me to walk. But almost like once every other week or once a month at the very least, I used to get pulled over by cops and ask questions like, oh, you fit this description, or you fit this robbery around this area, or like trying to say anything they could possibly say to try to get me to be in trouble for something. Because like if you're on probation for a burglary and there's a burglar in the area, you go to jail for that. Honestly, if you walk in the street, you go to jail for that if a cop ever asks you questions. And I'm a probation officer, I have nothing to do with that. Oh, probation for what? Oh, home invasion. Oh, we're looking for you. I take you to jail because you're automatically in violation by being in a mile vicinity of
anything that deals with a police officer, you're fucked.
More or less, yes. But
any infraction, if you're in the car,
but more so if your crime has to do with something that they're looking for. Oh, there's been a call of a home invasion, and you're on probation for home invasion. Oh, you haven't been around the area. Oh, I'm taking you to jail. Period. Off the rip. That's it. There's no setting. You're automatically by probation just by somebody else doing a crime around you. Like if somebody robs your house next, like the house next to you, and you happen to be home, you're gonna get questioned and probably taken to jail and possibly violated for that happening because they're gonna think, oh, you obviously rob houses. You always did this robbery.
Yeah, you're a suspect.
No, they violate you automatically because just by going to jail,
Oh,
you're violated.
I'm sorry,
You're
yeah.
violated automatically. It's not a suspect. You're violated. Period. Regardless if you get convicted or even proven, oh, it wasn't him. We found the guy. You're still violated. You're fucked. You already got violated before they found
Isn't
the
that
guy.
a
You're
fucking
fucked.
situation,
It's
no?
a fucking situation. It's a trap. It's a trap. No matter what it is, it's a trap. If you ever get arrested, stay in jail. I promise you, stay in jail. Do your time. Fight it in jail if you want to, but stay in jail. Stay and finish your time and get the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? Probation is a fucking trap in every way possible. And I barely got through it. And even then, it took me a long fucking time to get through it.
Yeah,
If you have money, and the thing is, if I had money, I would have paid it off and got off of it. But it
I
was,
did
you know how
3
you get
months
a
of that,
job?
but I remember like driving and being like being scared of like
Listen,
just getting a traffic stop or anything in general. I was
you're
like,
violation.
fuck, man, you're
You're
a violation.
violation.
They would
You're
go to jail.
violation.
You
Any
that's it,
interaction with the
automatic,
cop,
no
technically
bail,
violation.
jail. You violated. Like you can't even.
Technically-
Your parents can't even pull you out. Your friends can't even pull you out with money
that's it.
because it's no bond. You're gonna wait your case. You're gonna get a day in trial. Done.
they tell you get a job so you can pay it off, but then they give you so much shit for trying to
They
go to
give
work,
me-
for getting extra hours, for trying to. They actually stay later. Oh, you can't. I gotta call my bill. If it doesn't answer that, and then I'll go to jail if I stay here longer. Oh, but what you need if you don't stay, then you're fired. You know what I'm saying? It works both ways. Like the job doesn't have to deal with it, and probation doesn't have to deal with you. So they don't give a shit. So you're fucked both ways.
Yeah, it's a fucked up system.
And then like you lose your job, or you get violated for losing your job too. You know that? So if you can't stay later to stay at your job because the probation officer didn't approve of it, and your job fires you, but then you get fired because your probation didn't approve it, you just got violated. Because your probation officer wouldn't give it to you. You know what I'm saying? Like shit like that happens all the fucking time. If a probation officer doesn't like you, you're trust
Yeah,
me,
you're
fucked.
done. You're like,
fucked.
yeah, I don't like this
You're
fucking
fucked.
guy. You can
And
stay
even if they
and rot
like
in
you,
jail.
and their superior doesn't like you because they don't like people that are well liked.
Horrible.
Well, fuck you too. And I've seen it. You know.
Yeah,
It's just fucking shitty. It's a shitty fucking situation, and like I barely made it through. Even when I did make it through, I barely made it through.
kudos to you, man, because I can't believe you fucking dealt with all that shit. That's shit
At the end of it, they tried threatening me. What was it like a 35 to life if I violated one more time? You know, they've been 35 to life.
Man,
For
you
shit,
Garcia,
for shit they
35 to
knew, for
life.
shit they knew that I was innocent for, and the smaller crimes what I was guilty for, but they're trying to fuck me by putting them both together. And the judge knew, you know what I'm saying? They knew it. They all knew it. Like, and
Kids, don't do stupid shit. I'll tell you
Even
this.
even then,
Don't do stupid shit. We
stay fighting. I should stay fighting. Like, and I could have stayed
Dodged
in.
the
All I had to
bullet.
do was stay in like what 6 more months. I would have to stay in 6 more months, but I would have got scot free instead of the 5 years that I actually did. 6 months more compared to the 5 years. You know what I mean? And it wasn't that hard. I just wanted. When I realized I had a winning case, and they honestly like you can get out today if you you know what I'm saying? Like whatever I could have done, I was like, yeah, fuck, I'll go home today if I can go home today. And be on the like everything was in my favor. Like if I finish paying it off, I can get off right away. So I could have paid it off all at once, but what the fuck, I couldn't get a job. You know what I'm saying? What do you want me to do? Sell drugs?
Yeah.
And then that's the only way I can fucking. I can't. It's just fucking the system's backwards. You need to sell drugs or you need to have a job. And you can't get a job if you have a record. And you can't get your record expunged until you finish your time. You can't get off your time until you get a job and pay your shit. It's a circle. It's a circle that never solves itself. There's no solution to that. You have to solve it yourself. Hopefully you get lucky. Hopefully you have family that cares for you. Hopefully you have a friend that has a job that can provide for you. But the difficulties of trying to even get a job, and it follows you for years. It follows you your whole life, no matter how you look at it. And as well as you may do, as good as you are, if somebody wants to fuck you for it and look at your history and your past, it's always there. It's there in the books. It's there on the internet. It'll never go away, no matter how much they say. Yeah, it'll go away. There's other websites that take pictures of your crime, so they still can find it. Unfortunately, as much as your shit might be expunged or your shit might be withhold education, once it's on the internet, you're fucked more or less because somebody else can take a picture of it and put it up on another website for jobs to look up at. And then you're fucked either way, no matter what you do. Even after your shit's been expunged, it's still there. They can see it. You're fucked. You know? You never know, and you never know. You hire a private investigator, and which they really can, depending on what job you get. The better the job, the more they're willing to look at your history. Your Instagram, your Snapchat, all your shit they follow. They look it up. Your record comes up really fast. Even if, especially because you're giving them your address and your social security and shit, you know what I'm saying? You're giving the job everything about you that's so easy for them to find you. Your place of birth, your nationality, your name, your height, your social, like, how can they not find you? On their own, not even hiring a private investigator. Don't time they hire private investigators because they're such a big ass company, they're not to do it themselves. You know? It's hard. It's fucking hard. And even now, like, I'm scared now to go apply for, like, I've always been good at applying for jobs in person. I walk in, I get my job, they ask, okay, mommy. I walk in, they ask me to try, they want to try me out, when they see my experience, they half don't believe it, they half believe it, because half the jobs I worked at, as good as they were, closed. And they know they closed because I'm from this area, and they're from this area. and I usually work around the areas I used to work at. So it's hard to believe. At the same time, it's easy to believe. Like, especially if you've been there and eating there and seen me there working there, which is how I got on my job. They see me, they've worked, they've eaten my food, and so when I apply, I'm actually for sure. But then, like, when I apply on paper and I never show up, and it's hard, you know how hard it is? I've almost never got a job like that. Every job I ever got, most is usually from walking in, and I'm pretty sure it's because as soon as I put my name in the computer, my shit pops up, regardless of what I got explained, regardless of what I did get charged for, regardless of what, you know what I'm saying? They see shit that I don't know what they see. So on paper, I've never been called back. So when my friend, like, when I've been offered jobs, it's been hard. Like when I told people, hey, I need to put your voice out there, your name out there. It's because they're probably seeing that already. They probably already saw my record already, and it's my only way is for them to say, it's for people to say, hey, look, he's a good guy, yada yada yada. You know what I'm saying? Like, luckily I'm charismatic. Luckily I'm really likable, and I walk into a place, and I'm really good at what I do. I love cooking. I've done it since I was young. Like, it's.
So like all you need right now is just some capital, right?
Yeah.
Build that capital, get that fucking food truck, or rent that space that you always wanted to do. Start that catering business, or create Manny's fucking Jamaican patties or some shit like that. Like
I'm at that place already.
We're already getting older, and we gotta start thinking like, do you want to work for somebody? Like, do you want to continue working for an $18 an hour for a chef and keep on working, or I guess eventually you can work as an executive chef somewhere, right? Get paid a shitload at some place, right?
I've reached the peak of where I can go with my shit.
Or
nobody will hire me as executive chef without a degree or without somebody else trying to back me up. And as much as I can people try to back me up, it's not what they want. You know what I'm saying?
I think you probably need more experience at a certain spot. I feel like if you stay at a certain spot for a certain amount of time,
without a degree, I tried. I can't.
You can.
Everywhere
you can kind of grow. You kind of own the
this.
place. After you stay at a spot for a while, you kind of just move up.
No,
that's all it is.
No. They'll still hire somebody else. You have degrees. You're different.
No, now. I just got it last year.
Your A or what?
My bachelor's.
Exactly. You had your A. You've had a degree.
Yeah, but I never told anybody that. I was just an AA. I think you limit yourself of what it is. I'm not speaking for you in general. I'm just speaking for anybody. Like,
remember, you're also in the front of the house too, but it's way different. The pay in the back of the house, it's different. When you move
no,
up,
but
they want a degree.
Fuck that. Like, fuck all that shit. Like,
I'm just saying, like, without a degree.
You work for somebody. You got to get paid a certain amount of what they want to pay you, right? The only comfortability of working for somebody else is that you're not responsible for all the fucking dynamics of the business of the.
Yeah, but nobody's want to pay you if you don't have a degree.
Or
and have a record
you
on top
can
of
be
it.
your own boss. Let's say you be your own boss, and you're gonna take on to that ownership. You have to run the place. You have to be there, or you can take that cut of money, boom. And then just so you know, hey, fuck it. I have just this responsibility. My job is to do this, but I still get paid this. So what's the sacrifice? What's the risk you're to take? Are you gonna go out there, fucking do it on your own?
It's not that I'm taking a risk. That nobody wants to take the risk on me because A, I have a record. B, I don't have a degree. So instantly they want to look at somebody else. Period. That's all it is. As soon as they hear that, they look somewhere else. No matter how good, how much they know me, that's just what it is. It's reality. It's a reality situation. And for you to keep saying that stuff, it's just in a sense ignorant. It's like. It's just you don't realize what people see. You see it too, so don't tell me you don't, because you're like.
No, I definitely know that. You listen. If you have a record, it's got to come to the option that there's point
You've been
for
in
this person
situation.
and this person. You have two things. I do a background check. This comes out.
And
this person's clean. This person has a bachelor.
It's simple math.
Yeah.
So
people
like you can tell me
kind of go to this person
nobody's
to the
want to
left
give me
that
an
has a bachelor,
executive
right?
position.
But let's say
as good as I am,
they see the two people, or you know somebody that you network. I'm not talking, and again, I'm talking generally. I'm not talking about you, so don't take anything personal when I say. I'm just saying, in general, like that's how life works, and that's how it is. It's weird like that, but
no, it's not weird. It's just what makes sense. Like I'm the same. It's just common sense.
Let's say like someone's holding your eggs, right? Like who do you want? Like somebody that has a record or someone that
that's
has a
me. That's
record?
what I'm trying to tell you. That's what you're asking me and trying to tell me to do.
So no.
I've been there, done it, and I can't. I'm at the point where the only I can do now.
I don't.
I'm at the point where the only thing I can do.
Sorry for the small break. I'm sorry. Like we're fucking assholes.
Yeah,
we had people over. We had it was just unorganized. We're back.
That's the end of the story. Is that we're back. All right. We had 5 intermissions while we were talking in the last segment, and now we're finally back, and now we're straight lined. We had a few drinks, a few shots.
I know this is unorthodox. This is not like what you hear in podcasts, but
yeah,
you guys,
we didn't want to pause.
It is, what we're doing right now.
We did not intend to pause. We did not intend to edit. But unfortunate circumstances today was my fault. My daughter, you know what I'm saying? But it's okay. It happens. Life is life.
Life is life.
Life is life. But now we enjoyed ourselves. We got back to our right state of mind. And now we want to finish our podcast. We're 29 minutes in. We want to finish our hour at the minimum and go as far as we can. So, back to Blunt Trauma.
Blunt trauma.
Between two Mannies.
Brewskis.
Brewski Brothers. We gotta be careful because the copyright infringement is very close to the show I've seen on that.
I thought I was getting fired today. I told him.
Oh yeah. So today Gio was telling me he thought he was getting fired today at his job because yesterday he was doing the bartender thing to do, which everybody
I was taking shots behind the bar.
That the customer was paying for. On camera. That the customer was paying for. You know what I'm saying? So nothing was being given away for free. He was paying for everything, for his shots and the co-worker shots. Not just himself, but a few of them. And it's been slow season. Obviously, the bars just opened up because of this coronavirus stuff. So obviously,
nobody was there. There was a guy
money.
named Henry Big Poppy. His name was Henry Big Poppy. No problem.
Okay.
He was a cool fucking dude, bro. I'm telling you, he came in there, told a story about his daughter's wedding, how he got... First day, he flipped the fucking golf cart. The second day, he pissed in his pants. The third day, he was having a righteous time. And he seemed like a cool dude, and he wanted to buy us shots. And I said, you know what? It's slow as fuck. Let's make the owner money. Let's buy. Hey, fuck it. He's the cash cow. Sorry, Henry, but you pulled out the black card. He literally pulled out a black card out of his wallet, and he says, don't worry, guys. He licks it, puts it on his forehead, and he's like, don't worry, I'm good. And I was like, is that and Holly goes, is that a black card? And I was like, oh my God. So point is, had the black card, he was buying shots for us, and the owner caught us, called Holly, and I was like, oh, God damn it.
But it was an all-in-all great night. Bought everybody drinks, but then he got in trouble.
I didn't really get in trouble. We just talked about it, and made it real.
It just felt scary at first. I gotta see you tomorrow. We'll talk about it in person. Dum dum dum. Oh shit! I gotta see the boss tomorrow. Yo, shit, what does that mean? What does that mean? What the fuck? Why did you say like that?
I got a little scared.
Why can't you tell me over the phone?
I got a little nervous. I was like, I don't want to come off coronavirus out having a job now, even though employment is a cash cow today.
Woo!
Podcast unemployment. Shout out to unemployment. Today's sponsor. They've been providing so well.
I had unemployment once before, and it wasn't this precious.
I don't know what's going on with unemployment, but I never heard of this. I'm back to working. Obviously, I'm canceling unemployment, but the amount of money they're giving people during this coronavirus, shout out to them, because who knew they were gonna give out so much money? Who knew? And shit, I only got 1 week, 2 weeks benefits of it. Imagine the people that have been getting 6 weeks benefit from the fucking day one. That's nuts. To me, that's nuts.
This is the first time in his time, in this guy's entire political career, that I've said, oh, he's not gonna do this, he's not gonna do that. And
I don't think it's Donald Trump. It's not him. He was the stimulus check. He signed that shit off. If he wants to send something else, it's the next one that comes.
Yeah, but if he doesn't sign off on it, does it still pass?
I don't think unemployment has to do anything with him.
So I heard that was a scam, that they just put his name on it just for the hell of it, just to make it seem like it was.
No, he was definitely telling people like, "Hey, motherfucker."
It's just for showmanship.
You're saying that you're giving our money back. Like, shut the fuck up.
It's our money, and they're gonna take it back from us during tax refund.
Trump, no offense, bro.
In tax refund, they're gonna take the money back. So it's just an advancement on your own money for the next year coming up. That's not even promised. What happens if you don't even make that money? What if you don't even work? Yeah. If you don't work the whole year, what happens? Where's that tax refund come from?
I wonder if the long run, if it's taken out of my social securities.
Most likely. Where else will they get it from?
Is that what it's doing?
Maybe temporarily for the next year when you can make money.
Oh my God. If they're taking from my social security, I'll be fucking pissed. I hope that's not what it is.
You gotta read the fine print.
Whatever. I'll figure it out later, I guess. For right now.
Yeah, you'll figure out later when you're already ready for retirement and you find out the habit's already spent. Because
I won the lotto.
Because a whole year of fucking coronavirus took up your whole retirement fund.
No, for real. I could have had a lot of money. I could have had a lot of money if I
you know what?
I was to the point that I was paying off all my bills. I had no fucking debt. And right now, I don't have any debt.
I don't know why, but this shit.
I don't have any credit card debt. I
Put
paid
me
this shit
ahead.
off. It put me ahead a little bit.
This should put me ahead. I don't know how. Put me ahead.
But not in job sense wise, but it put me ahead as far as like I don't
Rent.
owe credit card debt. Like, I paid off my shit. I paid off the ring Heather. I paid off my bullshit that I've had on all my credit cards. I only have the fucking Apple card, and which I had already. If you don't know, I fucking swear by this company. It's called Digit. They save for you a little bit amount every month, every day. They take out like a couple
We're not
cents, a couple
sponsored,
dollars.
so if we're not allowed to do this, we're
sponsored,
sorry.
Whatever.
But if you do get sponsored, pay us.
Listen, pay us. And they take out a little bit of money. I create an account that says just for credit cards, and I have one for travel. And
These are
guess
our
what?
personal experiences.
I have
so.
like $300 there. It's gonna pay off my Apple credit card debt, motherfucking free, baby.
So I was able to pay my rents 4 months in advance when this whole coronavirus thing hit, and we got
Pandemic.
when we got the stimulus checks. I got my last 2 checks and the stimulus check at the same time. And as soon as I was told that I wasn't coming, I wasn't told I was coming back to work until like 2 weeks of me not working. I was like, yo, am I coming back or not? I thought I just took a week off. Why am I getting a second week off?
Yeah.
And then I found out because of the pandemic they were going to take me back. I just so happened to get my checks at the same time as my stimulus check. And so I just put all the money straight down into an account where I pay my rent about 4 months in advance. 3 months actually. And then I found some side work that put me up 4 months in advance. And so my rent's 4 months. At the moment, I think it's 3 months now. I'm at 3 months in advance. And so for the next 3 months, I don't have to worry
You
about
don't have to
money.
worry about rent right now.
I don't have to worry about rent for the next 3 months. I don't, personally. I don't. Unless my wife loses her job. Then I don't have to worry. Then the job's dramatically, you know what I'm saying? I have my half, she has her half. We pay half and half. It should be 60-40, but it's been years since then, and now we pay 50-50 for a long time coming. And so now, if she does lose a job, then it changes from me having 3 months, 4 months in advance of rent to 1.5, because then, but she has savings too. I don't know how much she has in savings, but as far as I know from my part, I have enough for 3 months in advance, if it's only just my part, not counting her part. But it's been a while, because usually I live only 1 month in advance. I live 1 month in advance, and if, even with just that, I say I'm broke. And then with 1 month, it is what it is. But 3 months, it's been a long time. I've never had 3 months in advance of rent paid, ever. And so it feels way fucking different. It feels way different. And it's like when I make money on it, it's less pressure to spend it. It's less necessities. Like I could depend more on us sharing what we're spending.
Get a fucking house. I think you
I
should
want
get a house. Get
but
a
I don't
fucking
have.
house. Get an apartment.
That's what we were saving for. We were
Put
saving
the money
initially.
down. That's
We
like
were
the
saving
only way.
this
Fuck
year.
that, all that money to rent.
That money initially was for a house until this pandemic hit. Then it switched over to
Bro.
rent. But we were initially saving
All
this
that money I
for a
saved,
house
bro.
next year.
Save that
Yeah,
shit.
I was saving it for a house because I was saving this money. This was my income tax, and I was going to mix it with next year's income tax to buy a house. But when this pandemic hit, I had to switch over from saving for a house to then saving up for
survive.
rent to survive on
for
rent,
rent.
And food. And this is not counting food. When I say I have 3 months worth of rent, I'm not counting food. You know what I'm saying? So I still have to work for food, and then I haven't had a job in 2 months. So I've been doing side jobs. You know what I'm saying? Construction, cleaning houses and shit.
What's going on
Not even
with
construction, cleaning houses. I'm cleaning
Mr.
houses.
Johnny's,
basically.
have you talked to him?
I haven't called them back, but at the same time, like
Do you feel like you want to find another job?
no, I would go back, but at the same time, yes, yeah, I would like to get another job because at the same time, the sense of security was really lost in that moment. Like they've helped me out before, you know what I'm saying, and then I don't know, but I've done a lot though. I've done a lot to help. I've done a lot. I've given myself a lot of free time. I stay there extra hours. I'm saying when I say hours, I'm not just a few minutes. I stay there like an hour, 2 hours, free time, just helping because I know they're busy when I'm supposed to be home already and I'm working for free. You know what I'm saying? And I put 2 hours in of free time, and it's not just one time, more than a few occasions. Just because I like it. I love the kitchen. I feel good there.
I love Piece of Johnny's. I love
I love
about
that.
getting New York.
I love the place. Excuse me, sorry. I love the place. They were great to me. They treated me right. You know what I'm saying? It just sucks what happened. You know what I'm saying? It's not their fault. It is what it is. You know, I love them, and I would love to go back. But at the same time, like, I need a place to also, like, if something like this happens, like, I don't have to, like, I want to stay with them. I don't want to leave them. You know what I'm saying? If they want me back and take me back, I'll go back. But
I
I
think
still
we're
need
to a
a
point in
job.
time that we gotta fucking like.
I have
create our
job
own
security.
fucking
I have a
food truck.
child.
Like,
Yeah, like I was saying earlier. Earlier we stopped it off, and we stopped at this point. And I remember now, and I'm gonna get back to that. It's been a long time that we skipped that point for us, at least. I don't know how long for you guys, but the point that I was getting at before was that I'm at the point where I've already maxed out where I can reach my career in the sense of asking for how much I can get for what I do, and I can't really ask for an executive position or a head chef because if I don't have a degree and I have a record, No one's want to give it to me because in their eyes it's the smartest thing not to do. Somebody else has credentials, and even if they're worse than I am, and they know they are, just the fact of their credentials is the biggest difference. It really is, and I understand it, and I respect it in that way. I don't hate it. I don't feel any grudge against it. It just sucks that way. It's hard to explain it to people, you know. It really is. If they don't go through it, they don't understand it. They can't. You can't. It's I barely understand it, and I go through it. It's hard to understand. It feels fake. It feels like it's unfair, but it's reality. It's just 1 + 1 = 2. And just at the end of the day, if you take feelings out of it, emotions out of it, if you take that you don't know the person, at the end of the day, that's what makes sense. Like, why would you hire this person? I understand it. I understand it fully. I've experienced it for years. In the beginning, I hated it, and then it took me a long time to understand it. When I finally understood it, it made sense. I was like, okay, I get it. There's no reason to hate this. This is what it is. The cards are dealt. That's it. But there's always ways around it. This, like I said, all I gotta do now. I'm at the point where I can no longer ask for more money for anything I do for anybody else. They can give me more hours, and that's how I'll benefit of it. I'm at the point where I make good money. I do make good money at this point. But if I want to go any farther in this life, I need either a degree or I need to start my own business, or both. Period. Either way, I need to start my own business.
I think the food
period. My own business.
Be an awesome first business.
But the only way
if we can build capital and we can get
the only way it works, I would never get a loan.
I
can't get a loan. The only way I would ever do it is if I had the money up front.
How much is a food truck?
Like, it's not that cheap if you get it used, and then once
you
you
have
money,
is it, loaned out. Like you pay like $250.
I don't want to get a loan. I'd rather.
So all you have to do is make $250 a fucking month to repay your fucking food truck?
It's different. Because remember, you got to pay your
food costs and this and that, But at the same time, they're obviously turning profit.
When I was in the lobster shop, he told me the biggest benefit. Like, if you have to get a loan from the bank to get a food truck, you're fucked. Paying that shit back for a long ass time. But when he paid for his food truck up front from
What's
his...
a long ass time? 2 years, 3 years? So
yes,
you have your own business later?
It took him 2 months with money up front to pay everything back.
That's a long time to you?
No. It took him with money out of his pocket to pay for everything up front to make all his money back in 2 months.
That's nothing.
But he didn't get a loan from the bank. I'm trying to tell you, getting a loan from the bank takes you 2 years, 3 years to pay back.
That's nothing.
No.
Are you telling me 2 years or 3 years is anything? To make your money back?
You don't make money back.
You have your own business?
No, you still don't. You're just stuck paying. Like, it's different. It's different.
What's different? I'm trying to understand. You make your money back in an investment, and even if it takes 5 years, bro, you know in the long run that's just 2 months. Okay,
compared to 2 months,
you work your ass off.
If you have your money up front, you have it all back in 2 months.
Would you rather work 5 years for a company that's
a rip-off.
You don't work for, or 5 years for a company that you own?
Not a rip-off. This guy, I worked with him for 3 months and hit all the money back that he spent in the initial process.
And all of it is his. All his money's profit after that.
But none of that was a loan. That was him putting money up front.
Exactly. So he owns that shit. That's him. That's him. Everything is him.
But getting a loan from the bank takes 3 years minimum. And that's if your business succeeds.
3 years out of someone's life?
And 3 years is a big fucking risk because there's a lot of things that can happen
off
in
of
those
your
3 years.
dreams?
No, listen.
A chance to do what you want to do?
Listen. In those 3 years, a lot of up. Remember, the rest of the business is never straight steady. It's always ups and downs. He made his business profit back in 3 months because he started when it was starting peak business, and then when it ended, he made all his money back. But getting a loan takes 2 years to pay back money because you have to pay back per month. You don't get the chance to hold all your money and constantly invest it. You have to constantly be paying back per month. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it's not the same. That 3 year difference from 2 months is a big fucking difference.
Oh, for sure.
In those 3 years,
if you have the capital to open up your own business,
in those 3 years, you make
I would
profit.
fucking do it.
You know what I'm saying? Why would I want to put myself in that situation that I'd be working for somebody else for 3 fucking years and for a bank that at the end of the day could take my business away from me if the economy sucks?
It's a long
like
grind.
Like it did right now.
I think it's a long grind.
It's not just the grind, it's a risk because at the end of the day, like what happened now with the coronavirus, everybody lost their business. If I started my business right before this coronavirus hit, I'd be fucked by now.
You know what? But you could have got that PPP.
I'd still be fucked. You know
what the PPP loan?
Yes, I know what it is. By getting employees and paying them something like that, and it compensates that. You told me before, but still, it wouldn't. If I never had employees to begin with, I can't hire nobody because of coronavirus. This pandemic took 6 months, and what if I started right before it happened?
6 months.
We're almost 6 months into it now.
2 months, Manny.
I know right now. How many months are into it right now?
2 months. We're shut down. 2 months. March 17th. Restaurants were shut down. We're in May 27.
Still. Coronavirus has been affecting for a long time, not just 2 months. 2 months is official, but before that was affecting us. A lot of this goes on before 2 months. 2 months has been official for everybody that was forced to do it. But before that, it's been happening for 2 months even before that, so that's 4 months. Because before it was enforced.
You know what? Frankie has been He said he's been when I was in
Before
1 month or 2
before
months
it was
into
enforced
it.
here.
Man, I was in 2 months into it. He was shut down in February, so some people were shut down earlier.
Exactly. Before it was enforced here. Enforced was 2 months.
Yeah.
But before
This shit
that,
started happening in November.
happening.
In November, it started
Exactly.
happening.
Is what I'm trying to tell you. It's been formed like.
But when,
almost
when
6
America
months,
felt it,
we're almost 6 months into this year. Almost.
you know when I felt it when the NBA shut down.
What month are we in right now?
We're in fucking May. We're about to
January,
go to
February,
June.
March, April, May, June. We're almost 5 months into this. We're almost 5 months into this year, and this pandemic happened in November. And even though we
It
started
happened in
officially,
China in November. We didn't know about this shit. This shit didn't get serious till March.
well, people supposedly said they got sick in December, and that might have something to do with it. Even though we got notified in February, it might have been happening in December. We just didn't know because it was going under the flu. It was going undercover as the name the flu, but it was actually coronavirus. If everybody got sick in December with the flu that was so intense, it wasn't the flu, but they call it the flu because they haven't tested for a name or a name for it yet. Hey, coronavirus was around since December maybe or November. We just didn't know what it was called because it had no name then. It only became coronavirus in December, right? But before that, we were getting affected by it. We just had no name for it. So officially, we were affected by coronavirus in December. But technically, we were affected by November. So all those people that say, "Oh, I feel like I was sick," was something I was dying from in December. Because I remember at one point with my boy Gino, I was going to his house in December. He was like, "Hey, my mom said everybody's coming to the hospital sick with something that's like I feel like it's killing people. It feels like pneumonia, but nobody knows what it is." And then when we went to his house, he had a fucking jug of fucking alcohol rub that he used to pump in his fucking door before he walked in his house, just to come say hi to him and shit, like just to come barbecue in his house, or like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you couldn't walk in his house without taking your shoes out the front door. Like, he was already ahead of this shit before I even knew coronavirus was even coming out.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Because his mom works in this industry, you know what I'm saying? So I was ahead of this before anybody else, and I was just doing it because he forced me to do it. Not in my own house, but in his house I was doing it. You know what I'm saying? So, like, he was aware of it. He was, like, I used to think he was just a clean freak, but, hey, apparently he had the right fucking idea, you know what I'm saying?
He did.
And his mom's a first responder.
Right
his mom's
idea.
a first responder, so she's
I
been
gotta give a shout out to my girlfriend. She found a job right away.
Yo,
my fiance, I'm sorry,
straight
my
up.
wife, my
Yes.
concubine,
Wife
my
to
half,
be.
my better half.
Yes, in every
She
way.
fucking is a hustler.
wives
She's
are our better
independent. She had a job. She found a job.
My wife still has her job. She never lost her job either.
Amazing.
They even
Amazing
told her
how
to
they
work
do
from
that.
home. It's great.
Amazing.
Our girls are the best of us because we both lost our jobs. We were in a good paying industry, and yet our wives still succeeded and lasted. My wife has not lost her job. At the worst of it, she was sent home to work from home, but she still worked. To this day, she still works, even though she gets like she's looking at hours, still works full time. I am now a stay-at-home husband. You know what I did today? My wife asked me to shave my beard, call unemployment, and to sweep mop the floor. I did all three of those things.
You did it?
I did all those
The
things.
house
today.
is clean?
The house is clean.
Nice,
I swept
brother.
the mop. I did half the dishes. I left some of the dishes for her. I
No, you
I
gotta
fixed
clean
our
all them
house.
dishes, Manny. You gotta clean all them dishes.
I
Don't
usually
leave
do. I
nothing
do
for
every
her.
day. Every
She
day I
breaking
do.
that. She's a
I
breadwinner
cook.
right
hold
now.
up. I cook every day. All right, breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
No, man.
And
you
I
treat
clean
that
all the-
bit-
and I
you
clean all the
treat-
dishes from
you
breakfast
treat her
to
like
dinner.
you treat that girl like a queen.
I do every day. That's more
A
than a
woman.
queen. I'm not no slave. I do everything for her. She does everything for me. We do 50-50.
I ain't no slave.
We 50-50. We 50-50.
No, fuck 50-50.
We are each other. I'm a king and she is queen.
No, no
And I do-
50-50.
Hey. I
100,
got
0.
insurance. Nope.
That's how you
it's
gotta
60-40.
live.
At most, when
I
it's
give
king
it
and
all,
queen,
baby. I
when
used to
it's-
live that 50-50
when it's-
life. I just want
nah.
to, you know, baby, I give you 100.
I always started off 60-40. I was always 60-40. I did 60, she did 40.
Yeah.
I always did like that, rent and everything.
I did that
Everything like
60-40 too, man.
For a
I was like,
long
baby,
time.
don't worry about it, man. I'm
And
taking
it was-
60%
and it
of
was-
this
it
shit. You
wasn't
only
until-
doing 40.
It wasn't until at one point where I switched jobs and I was working at a good place. I was getting good money, and at one point I switched jobs and my money went down, but I was still working just as hard, working more hours or anything, but making a lot less than I was before because I was working in a different type of same industry, different position. Front of the house, a beer tender, making like $300-400 a night on a good night to $200 on a bad night. Like, you know, that's not a fucking bad night. You know, when I grew up, the best night for me was $100 a day, working construction or working in the kitchen or working a bar back or working as a busboy, making $150 a night was a good night. Compared to those $200, $300, $400, yo, it's a different world working in front of the house, the back of the house. It's a different world. My friends, when I tell you that working in the front of the house is worth it, fuck the back of the house, you only do that because you love it or because you don't know no better or because you have a record or because you're ugly. Like, you only work at the back of the house because you have no choice or because you really love the kitchen. And like, there's very few that really love the kitchen. Very few. Very few that love the kitchen. I don't know your password. I don't know the password, so I can't pause it.
I'll lock it right now.